There have been a ton of requests for me to show my fallow grind, so I thought, what is a better way than a completely unedited, complete run around my map? Now, I'm still getting set up on everything. To start off, I'm just going to set the time to 11:31. That way, hopefully all my fallow are in their zones. I did switch it up a little bit. I don't have the 308 on me at the moment. I have the Kerman 50 inline. Then we'll be doing most of our grind with the 300 mag here. Let me know if you like this kind of content, the little bit more long form here. Now, typically I start wherever I left off, obviously, and then I just make my way in kind of a spiral around the map while being sure to hit the river here. Now, all of the fallow zones, they're going to be in this section of the map here. You're not really going to get them over on the left side like you will red deer and feral pigs, things like that will be over here. Fallow are going to be over here, and I don't have a great tent setup at this point, but it kind of shows you a good way that you can look at setting up your grinds. As we go, I'll continually be making it as efficient as I possibly can. But yeah, we're just going to go around, see what all's out here. Maybe we'll get a cool trophy. Chances are we're just going to see a whole lot of nothing. Right off the bat, we have two level 3s. And just so you know as well, I don't do any herd managing for this grind. I'm just curious to see what exactly is how it's going to be affected. I've done all of my grinds thus far with herd management, so just want to see how it'll affect. Anyway, we took out those two guys there. The other one's gonna go down. I have a bit of an awkward position here. And this is a tent. I keep meaning to move this one. I just don't know a great spot for it. So we end up taking some awkward shots. I have a tent set up over there-ish. But we've got these 3 zones. And actually this one on the corner is new as of this lap. And fallow spawns are wonky right now, so that just adds a little bit extra to it. Hopefully we can get a decent look at these guys. And yeah, this is what a lot of grinding is, especially when you're first setting up. It's just running around, getting a good shot on these guys, and then adjusting your tents accordingly. And one thing I actually do, I kind of go super nerd with it, where I will print out, probably in a couple more laps here, I'm going to print out this map, and I'll have it on my desk, and I'll start crossing off and kind of dotting where I would like to move tents to. And all that's going to do is help me be more efficient in the long run. Now, let's see. We have a bit of a better shot at these guys now. Well, at one of them. This guy might still be a problem. We snuck it in there. Nice. And also, I don't always worry about making sure I get every single animal. I know I probably should, but I don't. And the other thing to keep in mind is when zones are working properly, you can overlap 3 kills at any given time. So over here, we're already going to be at 3. So I'm just going to take the better of these 2, which is this guy here. Sure to 0 for the proper distance, and then we'll take it. And the reason being for that, it shows that we did delete this zone, which we might have. It was only 2 males. But we want to make sure that we don't delete this zone. If you get more than 3 down over a single zone, it will delete it. And you can see here, it's just because the fallow are, in fact, bugged. So we pick up our zone, and our zone's... Is that back on the map? Might not be. It's not back on the map. Oh, because it's going to be deleted. So that spot there will be deleted when we pick up this guy. There it goes. So now we don't have a zone over here anymore, but we maintained that side. So let's go over to our tent here. And fallow, you don't have a huge drink time to be coming out and farming them for long periods of time. So there will be a lot of time resets. It kind of comes with the nature of something that drinks from 10 to 1300, and they're usually not out in their zones until at least 11, and I usually set it to 11:30 just because you will get stragglers otherwise. And to me, it's worth the price. I'm not exactly hurting for money in this game at this point, but if you are, you can set it a little bit earlier than 11:30, and you might get a little more bang for your buck. I hope we see something cool out here. I'd like to use the 50 inline. It is one of my absolute favorite guns in the game, and I just don't use it that often. mainly because the furthest you can zero for is 150 yards. I really enjoy having that 300 yards, and I feel fairly confident on mouse and keyboard to be able to take those 300-yard shots, even when they're a little bit hairy to get in. It just gives me a little bit more wiggle room to be able to place my tints further. Excuse me. So what has been your favorite content on the channel thus far? The best engagement that I get, to be a little transparent here, give you a little behind the scenes look. Oh, staying hydrated. The best engagement I get is certainly on our Guess the Trophy Rating and GeoGuessr series. I don't dislike those series, but honestly, even to me, they feel a little bit on the clickbaity side if I just continue pushing them out. Let me know what you all think about that, because I do like them. I don't just want to give up on them. Let's see. Did we get those? I think we probably did. I'll continue putting them out. But I really prefer content like cool rares, cool diamonds. Let me know what your favorite content is so that I can keep making your favorite content. Ideally, I just want to make content that people enjoy, but also that I have fun making. And speaking of content, I can't wait for this great one to spawn. We already got a super rare off of this, which is absolutely insane to me. That still weirds me out. And we got him actually... Was it this zone? I think it was this zone. I'll recognize the zone when I see it, but regardless. See, we usually have some fallow down here, which we do. Level 4, no chance at diamond. Oh, we actually have some more down here. Level 3, a level 3, and what went running up here? Oh, a level 5. Potential diamond. Oh, God. You didn't see that. Oh, zeroed for 300? Oh, no, it was 150. So the Kerman. Oh, yeah, totally whiffed that. Well. Might have messed up a diamond. I think he was pretty small, though. His max rating was 257. If he was a diamond, maybe like a 250, 253-ish, maybe. But I'm just going to bank on the fact that he wasn't. Sure. Hopefully we did get him down, though. I'd like to get his respawn, regardless. And I see some fallow in the distance here. So let's see what these guys are. More males. Some decent size. Yeah, we have them just spawning all over since this map has just been kind of a pain. Get 2, and third one not quite fast enough. Let's see if we can get a on the run shot. Oh, I was out. Okay. Well, there you go. It do be like that. Now, is this guy going down? I don't know. I'm surprised that we didn't take him down. The 50 usually, even with a botched shot, the 50 will take the fallow down pretty easy. But can't cry about it. Can't worry about messing up kills like that. Just got to keep on going. Did we spook these guys? We must have. Huh? All right, getting down there. This might be the fastest way. And this is what I mean by I'm still getting tents set up everywhere. It's just, I don't know. What I really need to do, honestly, is I need to come up to my old red deer zones here. I still have some tents set up for red deer, and I've just been hesitant to move them because in the back of my head, I'm always thinking, well, what if I want to get a red deer? What if I want to go red deer hunting again? But, I mean, then I can just move tents. Take me less time to do that than it will to be running all over the map, so we might go and I should no, I'm second guessing myself. We might go and pick up a tent after we collect these fallow here, and that way we can kind of set up in our other zones a little better. I'd like to have a tent over on this side of the river. We do have a zone here, which isn't horrible to this outpost. And then we have randomly zones through here that sometimes show up. They are just super buggy right now, which is a little unfortunate. Makes grinding on this map a little difficult. Maybe lack of reward. And that guy did go down. So I'm hoping as we come around to the zones over on this side, we might run into his body somewhere over there. And you know, I don't often hope for level 5 trolls, but I'm hoping for a level 5 troll there. And I don't know why I was looking for animals. I was looking for animals, but there's just going to be dead ones. Maybe further down. Oh, you know what? While we're here, we'll check these zones. Yeah, we definitely will. And yeah, I know that my videos make it seem like these grinds go nice and quickly, but it's all about how much time you put in. Because as you can see, it's not exactly quick running body to body. I will typically have a show on my second monitor or some sort of YouTube video, whether it be Flinter or non-Call of the Wild related content. Watch a lot of fishing shows, things like that. Would any of you be interested, speaking of fishing, in some IRL content? Whether it is fishing videos or have an old Chevy that I've been restoring? Is that anything that would be remotely interesting to any of you? It would likely be YouTube content as opposed to TikTok, simply because it would be longer form content, but I think I'd be interested in at least attempting to do something there. Most of the fishing up where I am will probably be just laughed at because it's all little tiny largemouth. But hey, you know what? A fish is a fish. Sometimes. Unless you're hungry. Alright, we'll get some hopefully quick shots off here. Well, I wanted to see what else we had. The only male? That is the only male. So let's go ahead and we'll actually... What? First try, and we actually had another male. Let's see if we can get a better shot on him. We will. And this is why I use the 300 AR, because shots like that one right into the deer's butt, it's gonna take him down quick because it's the 300. If it was the 308, shot like that might not even put it down. Actually, you know what? It probably would put it down, but it would be a trek trying to find that guy, and I don't want to deal with it. And this guy is going to have dropped nice and close up to where we shot at him. Yeah, there's both of them right there. Power of the 300, man. There's a reason that I use it. And we might just take some shots with the 50 inline just for fun. Even if it is on like a level 3 fallow, something like that. Huh. I guess that first shot was pretty far forward. I disagree with that second shot. But, okay. Anyway. Let's go to our next zone here. Sometimes, in the case of this level 5, from that 50 shot, he might have started walking back. We might even see him pretty close to the tent. And we don't. But I'll be sure to keep an eye out. Now, these spots can be a little bit weird to hunt, and we might have actually spooked this zone if they've even spawned in from that tent. They are still here. He's nervous. I'm just gonna take him here, right in his booty, and then we'll see if there's another that fled. I know it says fleeing, but it might have just been him. That zone is deleted, so it was likely just him. Well, typically it would be, but a little bit hard to tell at the moment with how just weird the fallow spawns are. And I keep meaning to actually go out and check if it's happening on other maps. I heard that they're a little weird with red deer on this map right now. So red deer and fallow are both confirmed wonk on Teowara, but I haven't checked either of them on any other maps. Probably something I should go do. Looks like we should actually have another male that was there. But he took off. Some ducks up here. And really, every time I get to doing one of these laps, it's really just a countdown to getting to the murder lake, as I like to call it. This guy is alert, so we'll take him first, and then we'll grab this one. Put him down. But it's really all about making my way around the map far enough that I get to this lake. Because this lake, I know it just shows one zone there. It's just because the zones are broken. There's probably like 7 zones there. And we can down pretty much every single fallow on those zones. Oh, we got a water one. We got a floater. Surprised he made it in the water. It definitely did not look like it. And this might be the only edit portion that I do in these videos, is just editing when these guys make it to water, or make it to land rather. They're already in the water. So I'll see you when this guy gets to us. All right, there he is. We made it back. All right, let's see here. Where are we going next? We're gonna cut across. I sometimes have a spawn right over here, but if we do, they spook in this direction. And I know that because I've done a whole lot of laps on this map, let me tell you. And when you do enough of them, you'll know where your deer go. So I'm gonna set a marker just for the corner here. And I don't know about any of you, but I always set mine to auto run. This would typically be where I'm just looking at my left screen, watching a show, occasionally glancing to the right screen until I see a deer appear. And as we can see, there's actually a couple out in the open. These must be some that we spooked. I'm going to risk spooking other deer, and I'm just going to take him. And then that should push anything that was over here weirdly towards us. Doesn't look like there is. Quite a few deer over here. We have a level 4 who's attentive. Yep, and there we go. We're getting the warning call from this direction. But I'm going to take these guys regardless. So let's get crouched down. Take him first. Then our attentive guy was a little slow on that one. We might end up having to let him go. Oh, no. Is he going to give us a shot? He will. We are going to have to let him go. That's 3 in that zone. And though we are deleting zones due to bugs, it's still good practice not to. And a lot of times it'll still stay okay. So we're going to go ahead and hope and cross our fingers that we won't delete that zone. And there it is. It shows as deleted on our map, even though we took 3. But hopefully the zone is still there when we go down there to pick him up. I'm betting that that is what's happening. But you know what they say about gambling. It's unhealthy and possibly addicting. And I felt like I was going somewhere, but turns out I wasn't. Anyway, where is this guy? We know he gave us the warning call. I'd like to find him if possible over here. Usually, I think this is actually the first time on our fallow grind that he didn't run towards us when we started taking shots. Looks like he's looped around. We're just going to let him go. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time tracking down one fallow. And we're still keeping our eye out for that level 5, wherever he might have ended up. Imagine he'd be over in this direction, but... Oh, hey, here he is. He was... Oh, he would have been a diamond. Look at that. So we did mess up a diamond. Wow, I'm surprised it was that far back. But that's alright. We have plenty for the lodge. I'm not going to be too beat up about that. I didn't expect him to be over here. I expected him to be more towards this little cove down here, but regardless, we found him, so we'll get the respawn. Still good. And also, this side of the lake is typically good, and I'll show you something that you can do over here that, per the community, you shouldn't be able to do. But what I often find is that people with less time in this game than others will think that they know some stuff. But I'll show you what's going on over here. And it's a little bit cheesy, but it works great. And I'll just leave you on that cliffhanger for the time being. What time is it in game? We're at 12:51. We're gonna need to be resetting the time here very, very shortly. So we'll see if we can grab these guys and maybe get these zones. We'll see if we can. They might leave too soon. Those are just the female fallow fleeing. There's the male. Again, I'm gonna let him go though in hopes that this zone is all right. It should be. Should not have any issues with it. I still have not seen an albino fallow. We've gotten multiple melanistic, multiple piebald. I'm really hoping that we end up with an albino. It'd kind of be lame if we go through this whole grind and don't get one. And we're still searching on our moose grind for a melanistic. Let me know if you want to see my moose grind video. I can show you my setup. That setup is very well oiled. This zone did get deleted, so that's a little unfortunate. We could have taken the 3, but that's all right. And again, the way zones are supposed to function is you can take 3 without a tripod. A tripod lets you take up to, I want to say 12 or 16 animals in one spot. And the way hunting pressure works is it overlaps onto your zone. So this circle is actually from 1 animal over the zone. This one is from 2 over that zone. And if you get a overlap of more than 3 on one zone, it will give you, well, it'll delete your zone. It won't give you anything. Ooh, that might be a diamond mallard. Potential. I'm just gonna take them. I don't really care if I spook some stuff. Diamond potential there. I'm always keeping my eye out for stuff like that. Across the lake here, we've got nothing that's diamond potential. Or rare, for that matter. What else do we have out here? Technically diamond potential. Alright, I'm curious about that, the level 3 that we got down there. Ooh, or that was a level 2, but he was, I think he... Man, now I don't even remember what he was. His estimate was up to 20. So that is pretty freaking high for a mallard. He might not be there, that's fine. And I'm actually not going to be able to show you the trick here. Well, no, I'll still show you the trick. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. I do think it's a useful one. Is there anything out here? And mallard diamond is 19. So this guy's estimate, I want to say it was 18 to 20. Is that what I saw? Gold, a big 19, just barely off a diamond, but still, that's cool. Always keep my eye out for stuff like that. So now what we're going to do, we got this zone. This one is actually a feral pig zone. We're going to fast travel up here. We will reset the time, and then we'll go ahead and grab those 2 fallow on the other side of the lake. And then I'll try and show you the little trick with that tent on the beach. Most people probably won't think it's as exciting as I do, but I love little nerdy stuff like this, especially in a game that I really enjoy. Rage click. Okay. 2,500 bucks, reset the time. But the thing you have to think of there is resetting that time cost me 2 of my fallow, a little over, closer to 3 fallow, really. And then you have to remember to factor in all of your bullets throughout that grind, throughout that lap. Money is important. That's why we go and we chase down these guys. We're at almost 1.4 million right now, so we have plenty of cash. But especially when you're just starting out, if you want to start a grind, setting up a grind, buying the tents for a grind, buying the ammo for a grind, tripods, everything like that, you're going to be about 160,000 that you need. So be sure to come out and pick up your kills. Not only that, it's not proven, but it is very theorized in the Call of the Wild community that by leaving your kills on the ground, you get worse respawns. There's not definitive proof for that as far as I know, but people have done a ton of experimentation with it, and they are showing that on average you do get better respawns if you go and you pick up your kills. Now let's see if I can show you the trick here. And no, our fallow are spawning weird. This tent with my placement, so I'm about 85 yards from that zone and about 90 yards from this zone. When I teleport here, the fallow they react slowly enough that you can get shots off on both of those zones, all of the animals, assuming that they show up. Now, the reason that they're not showing up currently, it could be because we just reset our time. Sometimes because it is that close, the game doesn't like it and it gets a little buggy and won't show them. And the third thing that can make that happen is just the fallow spawns being messed up right now. And that is just the unfortunate reality of fallow grinds right now. As you can see, looking at the beach, we don't have any spawns here. But we do. They're there. I know that they're there because fallow do show up there. It's just random when they do. So these are kind of the difficulties you'll be looking at if you're looking to do a fallow grind, at least for the time being. Hopefully that they patch these issues somewhat soon, because it is a little bit on the obnoxious side. I have zones along this river that occasionally spawn. It's the reason I have these tents kind of staggered down it at the moment. And the other thing that I hear a lot is because it's a single zone, it's a two deer zone. There are multiple zones that I have on my map that are all females with one male. It'll be 5, 6 females with one male in that zone. You take the male, the zone deletes. There are zones that have 3 females and 2 males. You take 2 of the males and the zone deletes. It's not supposed to work like that. Call of the Wild has never worked like that. I understand that there are people that think otherwise. It has always worked with 3 zones need to overlap to delete that zone. Let's see if there's anything decent in this group of feral goat. Level 3 is probably going to be the biggest out there, so we'll leave them alone. The last place over here that I occasionally have fallow spawn is that islet out here. Oh, and I forgot to grab a tent. We talked about that so long ago, and I forgot. Oh well. But we're making our way out to kind of this islet out here. And the reason I'm not fast traveling down here is because I'll need to pick up that kill. And my tent, the last time I came over here, I had one set up over here, and I got the beaver felled your tent message, and that was that. So, little unfortunate, but it is what it is. There is our fallow, told ya. And see, this is what I mean by fallow spawns being weird. There's our fallow. We're just going to take him while he's there. Boom, that should drop him. Hopefully, please stay out of the water. Please stay out of the water. He's in the water. We'll see if we can grab him on the point up here. I sure hope we can. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, that was a single fallow deer spawn. Yes, that one on this lap was a single fallow deer spawn. That particular spawn is just a random amount of fallow right now. It can be 3, it can be 2, it can be 1, it can be all females, it can be all males. It's all over the place. And that is what's making the fallow grind a little bit rough, making me not always want to come out and grind it out, but I'm trying to just bust out a lap. There's still always the chance that any kill can be a great one respawn. And that's another thing that I've been getting asked a lot is how do great one spawns work? How can I get more diamonds? How can I get more rares? And the short answer is you got to play a lot. And I know that that's not what people want to hear, but this takes a lot of time. I don't know if you've noticed, we're already, like 20 plus minutes into this lap, and this is just one lap. I don't have this grind down. Yours is going to be longer if you're just setting it up, because you have to walk literally everywhere. You don't have tents anywhere yet. And if you're a free-to-play player, it's going to be even longer, because you're not going to have tents. And free-to-play, I say free-to-play, you've bought the game. The game still doesn't come with that DLC, and you're gonna have to buy it if it's something that you want. That zone, for the record, again adding to the weird fallow, this zone no longer has males. Why? I don't know. Doesn't have them. So let's go check these zones. These zones have produced a lot for us. I've gotten, I think, 2 melanistic fallow from over here, and at least one diamond, maybe 2 diamonds from these zones. But they either have something cool or they have nothing. This time we actually have something kind of in between. We have a level 4 fallow. Sorry. Can't think. Oh. Come on. Get him? No. Oh, come on. That should get him down. Yeah, that was terrible. But we cleaned it up. That's all that matters. We'll get the spawn. Is there anything else in there? I think the rest were... Nope. There was. That's going to be a hard one to get to. Oh, maybe not. Oh. Okay, he's going down. He's going down. Cool. Man, well, that was a bit of a cluster, huh? And this zone... Oh, it does have males. Good. I was going to say, do we have another zone that just no longer has males for no reason? But no, it does have zones. Or, it has zones? Whatever. You know what. And we'll take those ones down much easier. But there's 5 fallow down. And they spread out enough that we get to keep our zones. And you'll get the feel of... Don't worry too much about deleting zones. The big thing that is annoying about your zones being deleted is that you have to go and find the zones again, right? Right now, with the fallow spawns so bugged out the way they are, don't trip if you delete zones. They will spawn elsewhere on the map. That zone will spawn on your map somewhere else. You'll have to go through your map again, but especially while you're setting up, don't worry about deleting zones. I did my last moose grind. I just didn't care about my zones, and I got a great one. So it works out. Don't try not to stress too much about it. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, it's a game. There is a chance that you will get a great one. It's a really small chance. Shoot animals, and that chance goes up. The more animals that you shoot, the higher that chance goes up. So if you want a great one, the long answer is go out and keep on shooting animals. Keep on shooting them. Some people take 16,000. Some people it takes more. I mean, it's all just RNG. At the end of the day, every single animal that you take, if it has the chance of being a great one, as far as it's the correct species, fallow, brown bear, moose, whatever, when you take an animal of that species and it is a male, it has a chance to respawn as a great one. It doesn't matter if that is a level 5, it doesn't matter if that's a level 1, 2, whatever the level is, it has a chance to spawn as the great one. And to do a quick explanation of herd management and what that does is it manipulates the trophy ratings on the map. There's this weird dichotomy in the Call of the Wild community where there's people who are vehemently against herd management and people who don't care. I personally am the kind of person who doesn't care. I get that it's a game. I think everybody should just play the game however the heck they want. And if you used herd management, just be like, yeah, I used herd management. And if you don't use herd management, you can say, you know, yeah, I don't use herd management. And then everybody can go about their day. Basically what it does is for fallow, you would leave level 1s and 2s on your map. And what that's going to do, also, we're at the exciting lake. We're at Murder Lake right now. What that is going to do is it's going to make it so that, say that on a map at any given time, there is 100 trophies that can be handed out for fallow deer. And a level 1 hands out 1 trophy. A level 2 hands out 2 trophies. Level 3 hands out 3. Level 4, 4. Level 5, 5. So the chances of something being a high level are really low because there's only so many slots available for that trophy rating, right? So by leaving a bunch of low-level animals on your map, they will fill in those trophy ratings and allow you to be able to get more high-level animals. If that was probably a terrible explanation because I'm also trying to shoot a whole bunch of deer at the same time, but that's the basic idea behind herd management. You take the higher end of animals because they have a better chance of spawning as another higher end animal simply because of the available trophy ratings on your map. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, don't worry about it. If you want to do herd management on Fallow, shoot level 3s and up. Leave your level 2s and your level 1s. See, and the nice part about these zones over here is these guys, they just either immediately come back or they will come back by the time we get back to these zones. But we're going to go ahead. We'll take him. Oh, nope. It's out of render distance. We're going to go ahead and we will take him. Cool. And again, 300 at work over here. We are putting them down. We're going to... I think I'm going to take the deer that I can see from here. And I know you might be calling me crazy, but I know my zone's out here, and I know that more deer are going to load in as we get closer. And I would like to avoid that, if at all possible. So this one's at 360. We're still able to drop him. He's going down. Any other stragglers for the time being? No. Okay. Get down. We'll head to our next tripod. Murder Lake's so fun. I will say this lake does not produce a whole lot of animals. Well, let me backtrack that. This lake produces a bunch of animals, but it doesn't really produce any trophies. Almost everything I've gotten from here are level 3s, some level 2s, some level 4s, and we got a set of double piebalds in one zone. But beyond that, I don't think I've gotten a trophy from this side of the lake. I don't think I've gotten a diamond. I don't think I've gotten any other rares. And for the sheer number of respawns we get over here, I feel like that's maybe unlikely to happen that way. Where are those guys? That's weird. But as I said, we do have them coming back in. We've got decent level 4, level 2, like I said. Keep coming like that. No chance at diamond on this guy. So let's just take him, and we'll take his buddy that's coming in as well. We've got rabbits running, that's fine. And let's see what's going on from this tripod. Got our 4 and our 2. Can't see that side of the lake yet. And really, I just have these tripods set up in a way that I can play with render distance. So render distance, they're going to render in every 300 yards. So by having them set at where this zone is right at 300 yards, I'm not even rendering in the further fallow. And so that way, I am not going to be spooking them, even though I'm shooting in their direction, because they don't exist on my map yet. And to show you what exactly I mean by that, we'll get down. And if you look in this direction, there's no deer over here, right? None at all. I'm actually curious, are these rabbits still over here? I've been blasting them every now and then. And my small game luck is really bad. It's actually something I think I want to work on, is getting some good small game trophies. But anyway, we're going to come over here. We have this guy coming back in. So when they're coming back in, typically I'll just take them out. That was weird. Am I crazy? Did you all see that? That'll get them. That was very weird. Anyway, when they're walking back in, typically I'll take them out, simply because I'll avoid spooking these guys again. We're playing with that render distance on this lake, and it is paying off. These guys, they're still just weirded out over here, I guess. Not very common, but there you go. But yeah, render distance, at least on PC with the settings that I have. I don't know if that changes depending on your settings, whatever. But it's right about 300 meters. Where is this guy? He's going to spook. Take him out. Yes, we took him out. And can we see these ones? No, but I get the feeling we will get another chance. But yeah, I don't know if it changes depending on your settings, but my current settings, my PC, render distance is right about 300 yards. So as long as I keep my distance at 300 yards, things won't really zone into my map. And then you can use that to your advantage with things like tripod placement, as you just saw. And after this, we just have this lake here, and then a little stretch of river down here, and that'll be a full lap. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. I'm doing my best to pump out as many videos as possible, but whether you care or not to hear this information, I do not make a single penny. I have not made a penny running this channel, doing anything. And the further that we get to 10,000 subscribers on TikTok and 1,000 subs on YouTube, the closer I get to really being able to devote some serious time to this content, really put out fun content, things that we all want to see, and hopefully just eventually really be able to be a leader in the Call of the Wild community. It's a game that I love, a game that I really enjoy. And beyond that, I love hunting games. So I'd love to, when these games like Ultimate Hunter come out, I'd love to be able to afford to go out and purchase those games and show you all what they're about and just give an honest recommendation. I've never been and probably never will be the person that just sells out and will tell you that things are great if they're not. I'm typically a person of integrity. So anyway, that was a weird tangent. Sometimes we get some good mallard spawns over here. I'm not seeing any of them, but we're also... What time is it? 12? Well, usually they're here about this time. It's possible that we spooked them, something like that. But usually where I have my tents placed, they're placed in such a way that the mallards will not spawn. This guy is still just running around. He's... Okay. Let's see. Oh, I didn't have enough air in my lungs, but I think we got him. Put him out of his terrified misery. What are these guys? We've got a level 3. See what I mean where they just keep on coming in? This guy is giving us... Is that a mating call? Must be. Take him out, and we'll take him out. Cool. And that's pretty much Murder Lake. Now, obviously, I'm not worried about deleting these zones. If you are, you can place tripods more strategically, place more tripods, something like that. But with the current state of Fallow on this map, I'm really not concerned about deleting their zones. I'm gonna have to rehash my whole grind. Still in the process of setting up tents anyway. So I'm just gonna take trophies where I can. And trophies in this case is just respawns. And this happens a lot as well, where I don't know if it's just things that have been spooked and then are coming back to a zone, but constantly scan your map because you'll find stuff like that. And it's not something you want to miss out on. Why would you want to miss out on a free respawn? Doing some more running, we'll likely need to do another time reset here. Yeah, by the time we pick up all these bodies, we're certainly going to need to. It might even be closer to 1400. But we're going to come up to where we saw this guy. The other fallow here. Yeah, the other fallow probably took off when we took our shots at him. Go ahead and put a marker on him so we remember where to come back. We'll use our hunter mate to come out and grab this guy, show where we last spotted him. How many of you are currently on a Great One grind of any kind? Are you looking to set up a fallow grind? If you've made it this far into the video, I imagine you're at least thinking about it, or just curious as to what goes through my head while I'm out here grinding. Which, to be fair, typically what goes through my head is, ooh, funny show. But right now it's, I need to talk. What do we have spooking over here? Feral pig, 2 level 3s. Nothing I'm too interested in. Dude, another fallow. I mean, I'm gonna take him. Even though he's back the direction we came from, which is a little bit irritating, but... okay, he's floating. And it looks like we have a whole nother zone that just popped in. I am telling you, fallow are so bugged out right now. It's not even funny. If you think that this is how grinds work, you are mistaken. This is not how grinds work. This is not how they're intended to work. This is not how they're supposed to work. It's not how they're fun to have working. But this is how they are functioning. So you end up spending a whole lot of time running back and forth. Like, again, I'll take the respawns, but it just doesn't make any sense. And more than not making any sense, it makes it really hard to know where to place tents. Because as of right now, tent placement in spots like this just doesn't matter. Where are they even going to spawn? It's impossible to know. We are going to make a long trek over here. I think that this is going to be the second edited portion of this video, and it's just going to be me speeding up through picking up all these bodies, and I will catch you at the next area that we're going to be at. And another great reason to follow the channel or subscribe on YouTube or wherever it is that you watch my content. Things like TikTok deleting my video of Call of the Wild GeoGuessr because it violates community standards. Whatever that means. Oh, hey, we have a diamond that just completely randomly spawned in. Okay, well, we'll go get him. But once we hit 10,000 followers, I get access to somebody I can actually talk to about those issues, instead of a bot that is reviewing every one of my videos and decides, Call of the Wild GeoGuessr? I don't think so. That violates our community standards. This guy looks like he's a decent size. We're just gonna walk in a little bit. He's now in the zone. So we're gonna get out the 50 inline and we'll roast them. Nice. Let's see if we can get some follow-ups on these other deer. We should be able to. What was that movement? Don't know if that shot's going to put him down. If it does, it's going to be really slow. But regardless, it looks like we got a diamond out here, which is cool. Let's go ahead and get our freaking haul here. I always imagine like somebody actually hunting and trying to haul out all of these animals. It's just comical. Speaking of something like that though, one thing I think looks really cool about Ultimate Hunter is the potential for I saw that there was a thing where there were animals loaded up in the back of somebody's car. And I'm wondering if that's like you have to haul out your kills. Would be so cool. We'll see. It could also get tedious. I could certainly see that. But maybe like you have to get them to a road or, you know, something like that would be potentially really cool. All right, I'll catch you up at this diamond. All right, we managed a decent crack shot on that guy up the hill. And this looks like a decent... That's a gold? Am I crazy? That looks that looks better. I don't know, man. That's a nice looking rack. Maybe a little bit thin this way, but come on. 50 inline did great taking them out. Well, alright. We ruined a diamond and we got a troll. We're definitely grinding for... We're definitely on a great one grind. So let's go. We'll collect this one last guy up here. Take a last peek. Thought those were more fallow spawning in, but it's the rabbit mounds. Alright, Murder Lake conquered. Grab this guy, and then we'll go to our final little lake up here. And hopefully we end with something cool. I mean, I know we got a diamond. Asking for anything else is maybe a little bit greedy, but come on. We could use redemption for messing up a shot and getting a troll. The game at least owes us, I don't know, a great one. A super rare. I don't know. Asking for much. Alright, so we're going to head to this lake. We are going to need to reset the time. And this lake, when we reset the time, we might need to reset the time twice. However annoying that is. But we're going to see what happens. And if we do end up in a situation where we need to respawn twice, I'll show you what exactly is going on. And basically, we're going to set the time back to 11:31. That lake more than paid for our time reset. And if we have animals out here, we're going to be good to go. If we don't, we do. So what you can do is you can either just set the time for 1 minute further if the animals don't show up in your nearby zone, or you can first try exiting to the main menu, which is what I would have done here, simply just to save the additional money, and then coming back. So we're just going to get in close enough that we can zero for 150 instead of 300. Debating just taking it here, though, because we have at least decent shots. Yeah, see. Should have taken it. Should have taken it, because now he's got his bodyguards. We're just going to get to a spot where we can see him decently, and then we'll probably start with him. I think that's what we're going to do here. And, of course, that guy's moving, but still going to go for it. Boom, and boom. Should put all three of those down. Of course, it's not getting this guy. Well, he is going down just really, really slow. And now he's in the trees. Let's see. Whatever. Okay. Well, that's going to be a hunt. That's fine. He might actually run back this way if all the females are running over here. Oh, hey. Hello, good sir. I appreciate your donation. Alright, sweet. I think that one... So, normally, this would have been far enough to not delete this zone. Because, as you would have counted there, that's 1, 2, 3 that we got here. We got the 2 on the beach, 1 back here, and then 1 way down here. So you can have 3 overlapping. 3 is the magic number. Anywhere but fallow on Teowara or red deer on Teowara, apparently. Word on the street. And I never get anything. I don't think I have anything on this side of the lake, at least that I know of, on the western shore there. But we will get fallow spawns up through this side of the lake, so we will need to chase after them. I think for the sake of this video, I'm going to let that fallow go that went off to the right. Oh, hey, I don't even have to. Scratch that. I'm going to go and get that fallow next, and then we'll continue up the coast here. And once we get all the way up, this corner up here is a very easy corner to hunt if you're coming from the south. I'll show you why. And it's simply because of the fallow's pathing. You don't need to worry about spooking them. Actually, spooking them will often give you a better view at them. But usually we'll have fallow on this little jut out into the lake there, and then this spot as well. They seem to like all those points. So we're going to do our best to try and get to all of the points there. Shouldn't be an issue. I don't know why I said do our best, but we're going to get to all of those points. We're going to do our best to take the deer that we find on those points. Might be a better way to phrase that. And then we'll just head down to the south. We have one last zone before we complete a full lap out here. And we're approaching an hour. So right now I'm at about an hour per lap on my fallow grind. We're probably about, I don't know, 20, 25 laps into it. So on average at an hour, we probably invested about 30 hours into the fallow grind. All of the trophies that I have found are in my TikTok. So to give you an idea, all of the fallow trophies that you found are in my TikTok channel, and it's taken me about 30 hours to get all of them at the time of posting this video. This video will not be up on TikTok. This video will be on YouTube only, simply because of time constraints on TikTok. And I might try and do a live stream at some point soon-ish and try and see if my internet has caught up at all at this point. I live in the middle of nowhere, for those of you that don't know, and I love it. I love living in the middle of nowhere, but the one drawback is my only internet option is Starlink. And while Starlink with the right satellite view is fantastic, sometimes better than a hardwired connection, a LAN connection, in my case, I have a poor line of sight to Starlink satellite. And about the only thing that I can do about it is build maybe a, I don't know, 300-foot pole and put my little tiny Starlink satellite on top of it to get out over the trees, because it's all pines where I live. And that's the biggest drawback, so I don't see streaming going amazing, but I know people want to see it. And the little bit of streaming that we've done on this channel, I really enjoyed too. It was fun getting to actually like talk to all of you, learn who some of you are, and beyond just learning who you are, sort of become friends with you guys too. It was really fun. So I'd like to be able to do that again. It's just a matter of if my internet will allow. Now this is where I was talking about. These guys, while they are here right now, I'm gonna try and get that guy to run. Should have nailed him. But they're all gonna run out this way, and they're gonna run across this grass. As for the first time in my fallow history, they don't do that. Well, you learn something every day, I guess. That would happen when I'm trying to make a video about this. Every single time I've ever spooked these guys, they run up along this shore here. They go way off to the west and they run up that ridge right there. So that's exactly what I expected them to do, and instead they beelined it into the forest and said, "Frig you, we're smarter than you." So, well, I guess we missed out a decent amount of deer there, which is actually a pretty big bummer. But hopefully with all the respawns we got up at Murder Lake, we'll get something cool out of it. I always feel like just with the sheer number of respawns you get at that lake, that there's got to be something decent that spawns on the map. For all I know, that was both of our level 5s that we got. And we did get the big trophy down here. If in situations like that, I can only get down one animal, maybe sometimes two, that's when herd management, I'll instantly click into it, and I'll take the biggest trophy. It's going to give you the best chances at respawns. But if you are doing herd management actively, you will avoid zones with level 1s and 2s. If you don't have 3s in those zones, you literally won't take anything in that zone. You'll leave it. And what you can do The other really nice thing about herd management, it allows you to completely eliminate going to certain spots on your map. So your grind becomes more and more efficient. You're not having to worry about getting to every fallow zone on your map, to every moose zone on your map, to whatever it is that you're grinding zone, because you know that that zone, well, it doesn't even have an animal that you want. The only thing in that zone are level 1s or level 2s. It's all female. Anything like that. Now, the one harmful thing you can do for your grinds is taking females. Do not take females on your grind. Inevitably, taking a female you'll get your rare respawn on that kill. You'll get a rare respawn, and your rare respawn is going to be a female, and it will feel so bad. So here is our last couple guys that we will be taking in this video. Again, if you have not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you who do. And of course, they're going to give us a bit of a challenge here. We are on YouTube. We've been pretty stagnant on YouTube, but I also haven't paid a whole lot of attention to YouTube, if I'm being totally fair. But I hope to be growing there soon. I hope to be putting out more long form videos. If you want more grinding videos, let me know. If you want more specific animals, hunts, whatever the case may be, put it down in the comments. I sincerely do read every single comment that I get, and I try and respond to every single comment with at least something, even if it's just an emoji. It's getting harder and harder as we're growing, which is a fantastic problem to have, but I still try and devote as much time as humanly possible to make that happen. Consider leaving a like if you feel I've earned it, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Thanks for being here.